How are you? Everything good?
What are we talking about?
We're doing our picks.
Who's going to win this week? Streelman.
Clearly. Of course, design.
This is his golf course.
Today is the first day of Phil Mickelson at this golf course this week.
Wait, he's just getting here?
He was here all last week, as I understand it, and today will be his first day. Practice round with Jon Rahm, the marriage, the mesh, the merger. It's happening right before our eyes, Claire.
I'm excited to hear from Johnny Miller this morning. He's receiving a nice honor this week, and so he's speaking to the press, and we just have not seen or heard from Johnny Miller in a long time. And then that's followed up by a USGA press conference, which should be a little bit spicy. We've got a lot of issues. We got the ball roll back. We've got this, whatever the USGA's stance is going to be on this merger, which is probably nothing. And then I'm just excited to kind of get a last walk around the course, see how everyone's feeling before we actually really get started. And the only merger that counts is the merger of driver on golf ball.
A lot of excitement in the air. People seem to be pretty pumped. Everyone's walking around the range, bopping up and down. It's incredibly crowded, but I think it's always crowded because the US Open field is huge. But I think you're also adding in the fact that this is a golf club that is meant to have like Augusta National levels of membership, and they're obviously not having that this week. So you got a lot of guys really close to one another on the range here. It's kind of cold, and for some reason that's leading me to think that Scotty Scheffler is just going to absolutely just circle the field this week.
The most unpredictable rough I think I've seen in quite a while. From who I talked to, no one in the field has been out here more last week than Phil Mickelson. Now, what's weird is that he hasn't been out here at all this week. I'm sure he's been practicing at Wilshire Country Club or Bel Air Country Club or maybe Riviera, but this is his first time on property. Fans are loving it, that's for sure. The best short wedge player of all time, maybe. Most creative player, just confused. It's gonna be tough, man. Hit the green.
Perfectly clean. It's like all the golf balls I use. So we've heard a lot about the rough here. We know it's super thick, but something that's really interesting is the fact that some of the rough is super thick and super long, but right next to it can be really light. We've got a good example of this right off the 13th fairway here. If we drop our tee shot, say it comes left of the green, we drop it in here, that's buried. That's fully buried. You'd be lucky to get a club on that. I mean, the rough's just gonna eat that up. But if you fall literally 1 foot to the left, that's a pretty easy lie. You could get a wedge on that. You could get a mid iron on that. Take a nice clean swing in on the green. So, they talk about winning the US Open as being toughest test in golf, but sometimes better lucky than good. Hitting one that wasn't mine.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Nice ball.
There you go. Prove you won. Burn.
$5, Rory.
First time laying eyes on it?
Fascinating. Yeah. I guess that's like what a 300-yard par 3 looks like. What's the most important quality a golfer needs to have to succeed this week?
Patience.
Patience. It's a virtue, Joe. What's the winning score?
-8.
-8.
I'm going to say 12 under wins.
Wow. All right. So a little bit lower than people might think.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to shoot?
We're going to shoot 7.
7 under?
Yep.
Oh, that's great. I think a lot of people would take that. A lot of people would say that
I
might
would.
win.
Sign me up. It's weird having to hit driver on a par 3 and 3-wood on a par 5. But that being said, there's a lot of birdies out there.
You get a degree in short game stuff by watching Phil and Rahm out here.
Back and I get handsy off Well, the thing too is Sevy's hand. It's a little different, but I see.
Let it impact, let it release. Let it release so it doesn't slide off the face. So as I go through, instead of like holding it through, I just let it square up so that it catches enough ball. So like if it's into the grain and you have
just changing the bottom of the arc to closer to the ball instead of.
I'm not changing anything. I'm just letting it release.
You know, you mean release this way or release?
No,
this way?
like so. Normally I kind of like
closer to
hold
face.
it this way, right? I just let it.
It's a
But
bit
I
of
would
an
never
extension.
release it because it's like. I mean,
You're not doing this.
I feel like through impact, I go from here. I just give it like that. Oh my god! Rather than not like running.
Yeah, in the middle.
Just get the top of the.
Not a little faster.
Come out just a touch faster. But it won't come out dead.
Look, like the early narrative at a course is not one I like to always give into, but when you walk around and see players working on short game shots, it's like, yeah, someone with a filthy short game is going to do well here because you're going to miss greens, tiny greens, big like fairways, right? But it's these little spots that you get up and down from that win you a major championship.
Came here to kick ass and get a lemon wedge. And
All done kicking ass.
all done kicking ass. Oh! Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good. Lemonade, Scotch whiskey, and seltzer.
I'm just a lemonade girl, so I really like anything that includes lemonade.
Yeah. That's like such a hack for a great summer drink, right?
Yeah.